Hi folks, so where we're at with the Skoda? Well, we have got the engine bay completely wax oiled and cleaned and everything, so it's rust treated, and the engine has been stripped down and rebuilt. It's gone pretty well and I have thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It's been quite tiring, but it's been pretty good at the same time. A lot of learning. So yeah, I shall give you a look at that. Here you go. So here we go, starting with the engine bay. It has been heavily cleaned and de-rusted and then painted, as you can probably see, with wax oil. So this is basically, well, for those who don't know what wax oil is, it's basically a heavy duty sort of oil based paint which sinks into every single little nook and cranny in the bodywork, and it basically makes everything sort of waterproof, so if water gets onto this, it literally just runs off. It's not going to get into the cracks and all the sort of seams and everything, so it's basically seals the seams. It's so shiny it won't focus. There we go. Yeah, so this is basically not going to rust again. To be honest, it wasn't actually that bad. It was pretty good in the first place, but you know, it's just preserving it for the future. The subframe as well has all been under sealed, even all the underside of it as well, and even the power steering pipes haven't escaped, because they are known for rusting and these ones are in really good condition. So I just wanted to, you know, rust proof all that as well, which has been done, and it's all looking pretty good. Earth points and everything again have been sprayed with copper grease. There we go. And again, just to stop corrosion and moisture getting into them. Yeah, engine bay's all ready, and it's in really nice clean condition. I almost don't want to put the engine back in it. But yeah, speaking of engines, here it is, the 1.9 TDI. So yeah, this has basically been taken apart and rebuilt. New head gasket, head bolts and all that. Carbon has been cleaned out of it as well. So it's just more or less like a refurb, you could say. It looks rather jolly nice now. Again, it's been really heavily cleaned. My friend, who was very kind, helped repaint the block and everything. So this is not oil leaks, this is actually supposed to look like this. It's been heavily painted with high temperature stove paint of all things, because we have wood burners and things, so yeah, plenty of paint for that. There's the hybrid turbo, which is a GT 1752V. It's a JW automotive one, very good quality. It's not your cheap Chinese rubbish. Yeah, really nice bit of kit that. And around this side, timing belts all been done as well, with a proper Continental one. Water pump and all the tensioners have also been replaced, as well as the ancillary belt. So yeah, this engine's basically ready to go back in the car. I'm just waiting for the clutch, because I've got a heavy duty clutch coming. Basically just the clutch disc, which will go in here. There's the flywheel, which it's not as bad as it looks there. I mean, that looks pretty bad, but it's pretty good. It's going to get rubbed down and the surface all prepped. But yeah, that's decent. The pressure plate's fine as well, because again, this is only a couple years old, and for all my faults, I don't rag the clutch, so that's all good. And yeah, the engine's basically sitting there ready to have the gearbox fitted back onto it. But yeah, that's all good as well. And yeah, today's job was fit the front mount intercooler. So this is an AirTech intercooler. It's second hand, but it's perfectly fine because it came off a friend's car, so I know its history. and I was just basically cutting the front sort of, I guess you'd call it slam panel, radiator surround, just so this would fit. So measured quite a lot, cut once type thing. I wanted to keep as much of this in place as I could without, basically cut the minimal off, which I've managed to do quite well. As you can see, just a wee square out of here, and same this side here for the pipe work and everything. You really don't need to cut too much out of it. The only thing we have lost is the mounting brackets here for the front bumper, which may sound like a big deal, but it's actually not, due to the fact the bumper's held in basically around the sides. I can show you on this Skoda actually, this one that's buried. The bumper's held in round here and also underneath as well, so if anything it gives it a slight bit more springiness, so if you nudge the wall or something there's less likely to do any damage to anything. So yeah, that's all okay. I'm definitely not worried about it, put it that way. Crash bar is another thing. This is the Fabia one, which unfortunately no longer fits. So what I've done is ordered a Seat Ibiza one from I think it's a Mark IV Ibiza, or it could be a Mark III. It's I think it's a 6L. It's the same sort of era of Seats as the Fabias, so it's like 2000 to 2007-ish, you know, the ones that shared the same platform. So yeah, I digress. This is the crash bar, and it will no longer fit. This is what happens when you try and fit a crash bar from the Fabia with the front mount intercooler. So yeah, it does actually fit, as you can see, it does cover it, but the issue is when you come to fit the pipes onto the intercooler, what happens is basically at the top it's basically resting on there, so that's no good. Your bottom one, you could probably get away with it because the pipe runs around here, and to be honest you could probably even cut the original crash bar to make it work. In fact, I think some people have, but that's not really for me. I'm just going to get the Ibiza one, which is I think it's slightly shallower, I'm not too sure. I'll always have a look when it arrives, but yeah, it's 20 quid off eBay, second hand, delivered, so I'm not going to complain. That's basically it. So there is a bit of cutting you need to do to the Ibiza crash bar. You have to apparently cut the sort of side bits off. Again, not a big issue. We've got a Sparkinator 3000 there, so that's not a big problem. And if it gets to it, we'll maybe use oxyacetylene. I don't think we'll need to do that. So yeah, there we go. That's where we are with the Skodas. For those interested, that is a Mr. Muscle container, and it's also a 5-speed gearbox. That's the original clutch. Again, not exactly old, and it's only been driven by myself. So yeah, that clutch is actually in perfect condition, but it's just I don't think it will take the extra torque that's going to be going through it. Gearbox will, but the clutch won't, so hence the reason I'm going for an upgraded clutch. And yeah, that's the 5-speed gearbox. I'm keeping the 5-speed due to the fact the ratios are far better for what I'm needing, which is basically towing because I have a caravan, and also I like the reliability and simplicity of the single mass flywheel. If I went for a 6-speed, yes, my car will be faster in top gear because it's a longer ratio gearbox, but I will have a dual mass flywheel, which I really don't like. And I've also heard the single mass conversions for these 6 speeds can basically kill gearboxes, so I don't know how truthful that is or not, but yeah, there you go. So that is basically what's happening. It's all going pretty well, and really enjoying it. So thanks for watching. I will keep everybody updated.